campus of Baruch College between the Beavers of CCNY and your Baruch College Bearcats. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you all please rise and stand to honor our America with the playing of our national anthem. Because I was like, oh my God, what's going on? Let's do today's starting lineup. First for the visitors from CCNY. A sophomore guard from Fort Rockaway, New York, number 1, Shantera Grant. A freshman guard from Brooklyn, New York, number 2, Jackson Ramos. A freshman guard forward from Little Neck, New York, number 11, Ina Vakatos. A freshman from New York, number 30, Naomi Santana. And lining up to start is a junior forward from the Bronx, New York, number 33, Monet Laliane. Your assistant coaches are Marcelo Di Russo and Shania Lander, and your head coach in his first season, Varel Eddie. Let's meet the Bearcats. A sophomore from Brooklyn, New York, number 3, Alyssa Leone. A freshman from Brooklyn, New York, number 12, DeAndre McRae. A sophomore from Jamaica, Queens, New York, number 14, Shantera Grant. A sophomore from Wayne, New Jersey, number 15, Paige Trainer. And among the starters, a sophomore from Pleasant Valley, New York, number 23, Mia Castillo. Your assistant coaches are Anna Caravangelis, Tiana Clark, and welcome back, Alicia Omer. Your head coach is Michael Petrosos.
Welcome to the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College. Tonight we have a doubleheader matchup between the City College Beavers and your Baruch Bearcats. The 2-10 Beavers women's team is going to come in and face the 7-6 Bearcats. Joe, Bearcats coming off a close win against York College, getting right into the thick of conference play, starting out the season on a good note.
Happy Friday, David. Happy Friday, Baruch Nation. David, the team obviously is in a good place. They had a good non-conference. And now every game is a step closer to that championship parade on Lexington Avenue.
1-1 in the conference, losing earlier in the season against Hunter in a close game of overtime. Bodes well for the Bearcats as they played 2 close conference games and have been battle-tested here in the early part of the season.
Year by year, the conference games are very close. They're hard to call. But Coach K's got a solid team, and led by me, Castillo. McCray is a good second fiddle player. And Jung, another player that's such a good point guard, great basketball eye too.
And Trainer straight on 3, no good there, and it's going to go back to the Beavers.
Trainer is that three-point threat that the team has. McCray is a good post player, and so this year we have post players for the Bearcats.
So 3-ball there by Castillo, no good. Grant battling it out underneath with Lang, and it'll come away with the Beavers, who will go right to left. They're wearing their black road kits here. Baruch in their traditional home whites going left to right here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Baruch has just got to play with their legs, their hips, keep their hands moving, and just be disruptive, David, on defense.
So that's last off the Bearcats, so it'll stay in the front court with the Beavers. Ball swung around the perimeter. Craig on the far side, now inside to Lang. Lang going to put up a wild shot, a little bit, looked like it was contested. She forced it through.
Yeah, I think she closed her eyes on that one.
Either way, nice work off the glass, and it'll be the Beavers with the first basket on the night. So Trainer has it on the far side, gives it to the near side to Grant. Grant going to put it on the deck, working in the paint, kicks it back outside, trying to find Leung. That ball is intercepted by Vikatos, and it'll go back the other way with the Beavers. A little bit sloppy play there, Joe, in the early going from the Bearcats.
Yeah, Bearcats have to be careful about turning the ball over, protect the ball. I'd like to see the Bearcats have a lot of movement underneath, like back cuts underneath and screens.
And the shot there by Lang was no good for the Beavers. Ooh, Leung gets blocked in the front court. It was either Lang or Vikatos. Either way, it's Craig to come away with it into the front court. She's going to try to go coast to coast. A little too strong off the glass, and Castillo comes away with that rebound and will push for the Bearcats. Castillo right to the free throw line. She'll pull up, rattles that one home, and a early tie here, a little bit coming in on 2 minutes gone in the first.
If Castillo gets off quickly, that bodes well for the Bearcats. It begins with her and ends with her.
She had 28 against York. With that said, only 9 of 26 from the field, so definitely struggled. And we already see a better shooting night so far. She knocked down her first shot.
McCray looks like a good second player for her, as we've seen.
McCray's having a big year, a little over 10 points a game, over 11 rebounds per game. So a double-double machine as McCray's able to get that one underneath. Shot a little too strong, no good. And it's going to be Craig who comes away with the rebound. Lane going to pull a far side 3. Shot off left iron, no good. It's going to be McCray on the rebound over to Leung. Leung's going to push up ahead to Castillo. Castillo's going to track that one down on the near side. Going to go straight to the basket against Vikatos. Finds McCray underneath. High layup is good, and Baruch have their first lead of the afternoon.
So you know me, Castillo was looking for her teammate McCray. That's definitely, and I think McCray's going to answer tonight.
So with 2:45 gone here in the first, Coach Eddie wants to talk things over with his Beaver team. We'll step aside. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So both teams break the huddle, and Coach Eddie clearly not liking what he's seeing here in the early going, Joe. Quick timeout to talk things over.
David, I'd like to see the Bearcats establish Grant underneath, see how they can get her going.
And a quick steal there. Baruch coming out with the full court press, but the Beavers able to get it back as now it's Santana out to Lang. Ball swung around to Vikatos, up top to Craig. Craig has a wide open 3. No one out there to close out, and she knocks it down.
Well, the 3-ball gets you into trouble, and she could have made a sandwich out there. She was so open.
So Leung now gives it inside to McCray. Ball inside, outside, back out the perimeter to Trainer, back inside to Grant. And Grant able to lay it in, and Joe, you got to like that on the early going. Coach Petrozos going with the McCray-Grant tandem in the front court.
I think Grant is going to be very valuable once she gets into her what she wants to do down low.
About finding position, and Baruch having some early success here with the full court press, as it'll be a sub here for the Beavers. Odalis Garcia checking into the game.
David, for years, Coach K has wanted a post addition to his perimeter, and I think he's got one now.
He's got a couple options with McCray and Grant starting here in the front court. Trainer stretching the floor a little bit as a 3 today. We've seen her start at the 4 the last few games. Now Vikatos has it up top for the Beavers. Looking for options, a little behind the back dribble. Nice play there, going to go right into the lane. High floater is good. Nice move there by Vikatos to create space.
Well, Baruch has to move their feet, and we need help because we've seen a lot of uncontested shots early by CCNY.
Baruch trails 7-6. Castillo has it up top. Ball swung around to Trainer. She thinks about the shot. One dribble, thinks about it again. Gives it inside to Grant. Vikatos going to close her out. Gives it out to Castillo. Castillo going to pull that 3 from the near side wing. Shot no good. Rebounded there by Lang for the Beavers, and she's quick to push right to left here into the front court.
Grant has to move around from block to block because everybody's keying on her because she's not moving.
And dangerous pass there by the Beavers as Castillo almost stepped in front of that for the Bearcats.
Yeah, as you'll notice, Castillo on her stat sheet, look at her steals, David, per game, and also 4 steals.
She's averaging 3 a game so far, steals on the season. And now Leon quickly to go the other way. Wild shot there. Can the Bearcats take advantage? It's inside to Castillo. Castillo going to put it on the deck. Kicks it outside the Trainer. 3 there. No good. Craig a little bit slow on the closeout, and it'll be Lang who comes away with the rebound for the Beavers. Craig into the front court. Leung picks her up.
Leung has to try and get her shots too going. She's got that great mid-range game and gets into the lane.
Then it'll be Garcia. Gives it up top. Near side to Lang. Shot no good. Long rebound. Really no one was going for. Castillo able to track that one down.
Everybody was looking at the carom.
Ball swung around the perimeter. Leon going to pull around and out. No good. Ball into the hands of Craig for the Beavers. She's quick to push the other way into the front court, looking for options. And now she'll call out Coach Eddie's offense. Ball swung around the perimeter to Ramos. All the way around to now Garcia. Into the interior to Lang. She's going to go to work on Grant. No good, but she's able to get her own rebound. Shot up again was no good, and she gets fouled this time. You can say it was on the floor, so it'll be side out for the Beavers, but can't be happy with that effort there on the defensive glass.
You know what, Dave? Right before she was going to put the shot up, Castillo's hands were going for the ball. So in 3 seconds, it might have been a steal.
Game of inches as it'll stay with the Beavers underneath as Vikatos will inbound. Lang steps out. She'll pull a corner 3. Shot off front iron. No good. Encarnacion, who just checked into the game, is going to push left to right here for the Bearcats. Gives it up to Castillo. Castillo working on a crossover move. Has 2 on her. Cross-court pass into the corner. Altamirano going to pull a baseline shot. We've seen her hit from there consistently this season. Castillo on the rebound, though. Her shot no good. Nice steal there by Baccarella. Leung inside to Castillo. Layup no good. Castillo gets her own rebound. She has, I think, almost the whole Beaver team on her. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay with the Bearcats.
Baccarella, the Italian stallion, right into the second she's in the game, she's already contributing.
Having a solid season is the sophomore from Whitestone, New York. Now Baccarella outside to, excuse me, that was Leung on the 3. My apologies, and it's going to quickly come the other way.
Yeah, Leung is going to have to hit one to get herself going. She's vital to the Bearcat offense.
A little bit of a drought here offensively for both teams. Leung starting 0 of 3 now, as Joe mentioned, really trying to find her game here in the first. And just like that, foul there is going to be on number 1. Sofia Encarnacion, that's going to be her first, and that's going to send Jocelyn Ramos to the line.
It's colder down here than it is outside. But Bearcat Nation, remember, it's not, you know, this team is a rhythm team, the Lady Bearcats. So all they need to do is get into their rhythm, and they'll be fine.
So far, the teams are combined shooting 6 for 28 on the evening. So Ramos unable to hit the first, trying to get the back end of 2. and off on the second, so foul worked for the Bearcats, and it'll be Baccarella to bring it into the front court for Baruch. Ball swung around the perimeter. Inside now to McCray. McCray going to give it off to Castillo. Castillo step back. Finds Altamirano on the baseline. Wide open two. Shot a little too strong off back iron. No good. Vicatos runs that down for the Beavers. And Baruch really struggling to find a basket right now, Joe.
Yeah, but the Bearcats are going to have to keep their head going. All it takes is one shot to get the rhythm going.
And another second possession here for the Beavers. They throw it into the front row. But Baruch time and again letting up some offensive boards and giving up second chances to City College.
David, I'd like to see more touches from McCray. If you notice, we've gone possessions. McCray hasn't touched the ball.
You got to look for her underneath as she sets up in the post. Laying on her, though. Now the ball swung around the perimeter. Baccarella over to Altamirano. Inside to McCray. She's quickly doubled. Ball swung that back out to the perimeter. Baccarella into the lane. Her shot no good, but she'll go to the line to shoot two.
It's good to see Baccarella get into the mix because she's a very multi-talented player. And if she can score just a little bit, that could really add to the team.
Baccarella hits the first.
Sometimes you just need somebody to step up, and maybe tonight it's Baccarella offensively.
It's good to see her knocking down some free throws. She struggled from the line this season. And off on the second. Ball still loose, and it's going to go off Lang last, and it'll stay right here with the Bearcats. So a little bit of fortune there as the ball got batted, I think, off the Bearcats, and Lang just, that deflection kind of made her miss that rebound.
Yeah, again, Dave, I'd like to see some screens to get McCray open.
She quickly gets the inbound, but creates a cardinal sin of being the post player, bringing the ball down, and that invites hands to come around the basketball.
Yeah, I think she's bothered by the double team, Dave.
And credit to the Beavers. We've really seen them collapse every time McCray gets it in the paint, knowing that she can put up points from the post.
So McCray's going to have to move, and a teammate's going to have to screen to get her open. Some back cuts down low.
Shot there by Santana is no good. And it'll be Encarnacion to bring it to the front court. Ooh, nice behind-the-back dribble there at the midway line. Ball swung around the perimeter. Leung on the near side. Shot off the rim, no good. Santana saves it from going out of bounds on the far side. Nice play there as now it's Craig with the ball. And Baccarella picks her up full length of the court. Gives it over to Ramos on the near side. Outside to Santana. Baseline shot a little too flat. No good. Grant comes away with the rebound and Leung to push for the Bearcats.
Both teams are looking for somebody to step up and start a little run.
Encarnacion back to Leung. Ball swung around the perimeter. Baccarella has it. Ball going to go back the other way. It's into the hands of Altamirano on the near side wing. Grant posting up inside. Baccarella able to come across, though, and scoop up that loose ball. Now gives it off to Encarnacion on the corner. Shot way off as Lane comes away with the rebound.
Without Castillo in the lineup, who's going to be the identity for the Bearcats?
Nice double there. And that's going to be a 10-second violation against the Beavers. So it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Without Castillo in the lineup, this is a good time get Grant going down low. But you got to free her.
An impressive defensive play there, Joe, by the Bearcats as it was Baccarella and Encarnacion all over Craig in the backcourt.
Baccarella is the disruptive force whenever she's on the court.
Altamirano back outside to Leung. Leung gets Vicatos in the air, finds Encarnacion on the far side. She's going to pull, shot a little flat, no good. Grant going to come away with the rebound, looking for options, finds Encarnacion cut into the basket. Once again, way off, though, and Lang able to come away with the rebound for the Beavers.
But good look by Grant.
And now it's Lang into the front court, gives it off to Craig. Ball swung around the perimeter. Vicatos going to go straight into the lane. High shot, no good. Lang comes away with that rebound. Forces it a little bit there, and it's going to go off Leung last, and it'll stay right there with 12 seconds to shoot on the shot clock for the Beavers.
If the Bearcats stay disciplined on defense, they won't have any problems because CCNY really isn't a threat, as you can see, offensively.
Both teams really struggling from the field right now as Lang going to pull a shot there really strong. Leung comes away with the rebound last 45 seconds of the first quarter. Leon going to quickly push it into the front court, going to go right to the basket, and she gets fouled. Are they going to say it was on the floor in the act of shooting? I think that would be rather generous if they gave that as shooting, but.
Boy, how determined was she? Went coast to coast.
And they're going to say it was on the floor, so it'll be side out for the Bearcats, actually right underneath their basket. Douglas checking into the game.
This is the time for Leon to really start to get going. We're late in the first quarter, and she hasn't done really anything.
0-4 from the field here. Now inside to Grant. Gives it outside to Altamirano. She's going to pull a shot from the baseline. Normally able to find her stroke from the baseline. Not in this first quarter so far for Altamirano. Now the ball's into the front court. Over to Vicatos. She thinks about the three. She'll pull from the far side wing. Ooh, that rattles a couple times off iron. No good. Into the hands of Altamirano. And now Encarnacion has it, quickly pushing into the front court. Looking for options right around Ramos. Encarnacion able to force it through the outstretched hand of Vicatos.
Well, maybe she might step up because, I mean, you got to get to the basket if your outside shot is not falling.
They're going to have to shoot. They're not looking. It's no time left, and that'll do it. And really, it was just a lackadaisical play there by the Beavers as they had to get something up with only 10 seconds remaining here in the first. So we go into the break after 1. Baruch 9, Beavers 7. We'll step aside. So welcome back to the Arc Arena after 1. Baruch leading by 2, 9-7, Joe. We've seen some maybe good defense, maybe some sloppy offense at times here in the first.
Yeah, I think both teams are trying to find somebody to get going. Alyssa, she is scoreless. When do you see that happen? A lot of time went by. Castillo was on the bench, and Corsia had a great move to the basket. So Baruch up by 2 as teams are looking for the answer.
It's going to be a travel on the floor, so the ball is going to go back to the Bearcats and a quick unforced error from the Beavers.
Well, anything to get Baruch in a good frame of mind. A turnover, let's see if they can capitalize.
And, Joe, to your point, poor shooting first. The teams combined for 7 of 42 in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think Coach wants to get rid of that part of the tape.
And a turnover there from the Bearcats. It's going to be Ramos trying to go coast to coast. That was interesting. It looked like she was the first person to touch that. I'm a little surprised she was able to do that there. As Lang able to turn around at the free throw line. Wide open shot. McCray has to close that out a bit quicker. We've seen it in Lang's game here in the early going.
Yeah, we see her as a possible threat, especially if she's wide open.
Their leading scorer, close to 11 points per game. Now McCray has it on the far side. Excuse me, Mitchell. Now into McCray. And McCray dragged her pivot foot, and it's going to go back to the Beavers.
Yeah, trainer gave McCray the ball where she couldn't do anything. They're going to have to get the ball to McCray where she's really one-on-one.
Ooh, nice play there by Mitchell, knocking away the inbound, and it'll stay right there for the Bearcats. For the Beavers.
Yeah, Mitchell's another player that adds a lot of spark off the bench.
So Lang looking for options. She's on the floor with Ramos, Vicatos, Santana, and Craig, and shot no good by Vicatos, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. And Leon quickly to the scorer's table to check back into the game. Vicatos able to knock down the first. 59% free throw shooter on the season.
Yeah, she looks like she's a very length player. Looks like she's got skills, and again, Baruch has to D up on her.
Almost a bit of a stretch 4 when you're playing next to Monet Lang in the paint. Ball swung around to Castillo. Castillo puts it on the deck, and they're going to say a little too handsy was Santana, so it'll be side out. Oh, actually ball right underneath for the Bearcats.
I think Coach K whispered into Castillo's ear, can you please get us going?
And into the game is number 20, Garcia, for the Beavers, as Santana will come to the bench. So Castillo inbounds on the near side. Baccarella had the shot. She thought about it. Instead, looking for options, trying to give it to Leung, who has to chase that down back on the Bearcats symbol. Garcia all over Leung, now over to Castillo on the far side. Crossover move, goes past Craig. Layup is good off glass. And we're all tied here at 11.
Well, that's your star player. Could she get the team going?
It's only her second basket of the night on 2 of 7 shooting. So Vicatos has it. Lang calling for it inside. A little inside-outside game. Gives it out to Ramos. Ramos going to drive. Her shot a little too strong off back iron. Castillo comes away with the rebound, trying to push into the front court. Really increase the tempo here for the Bearcats, and able to finish off the glass. And, Joe, to your point, get Castillo into a little bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, CCNY has no answer for her, Dave.
Nor do a lot of the teams here in the CUNYAC. As it's going to be a jump ball, as I think it was Castillo who was able to tie up Garcia, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Castillo doing it on both ends, David. It was just a matter of time.
So Coach Kachozos wants to talk things over. We'll step aside. So both teams break the huddle. We've seen back-to-back baskets from Castillo for the Bearcats that have given Baruch a 2-point lead here.
Dave, I think McCray is going to have a problem tonight because they're really keying on her. So it's going to be hard to get her the ball.
I guess it's easier to take away McCray in the paint with double team than it is with Castillo roaming all over the place as Leung knocks down her first basket of the night. It's going to be a 3-ball from the near side wing, and Baruch have the biggest lead of the night, 5-point lead.
Leung, a vital part of this offense, David. She's got to get going.
Maybe we'll see if that could lead to something there as Garcia now has it on the near side. Ball swung around the perimeter. Craig into the lane. High arcing shot, no good off left rim. Castillo is able to come away with the rebound, and she quickly pushes right into the lane, going against Vicatos, who's able to swat that one back Nice defensive play there by Vicatos. Ball quickly the other way for the Beavers. Inside to Garcia. And it was nice defense there from the Bearcats. It's going to go off City College last.
Castillo, David, took a weird angle. Instead of going to her favorite right, she went to the left and tried to put it up with her right hand.
And good D there from the Beavers. So now Bearcats ball into the front court. Castillo gets it into the lane. Step back, bit of a crossover move, looking for options. Instead, that's stripped. Garcia comes away with it for City College. Gives it over to Lang. Over to Vicatos on the far side. She'll go past Baccarella into the lane and able to knock that one down. Nice little floater there from Vicatos. Now Castillo quickly going the other way, not wasting any time. She's fouled in the lane. They're going to say it was on number 2, Jocelyn Ramos, and that's going to send Castillo to the line.
Foul on number 2, Jocelyn Ramos. That's her first foul, team's second. Yeah, Castillo to the free throw line.
And Castillo good on the first.
Castillo has a great stroke at the foul line. Ball has great rotation.
And she knocks them both down, so it's Baruch up by 5 again, 18-13, coming in on 4 minutes gone here in the second. Vicatos into the front court, gives it over to Garcia. Garcia puts it on the deck. She'll pull up off front iron, no good. Castillo comes away with that rebound, is able to go left to right into the lane. Ooh, Castillo, good nice circle back move, goes right into the lane and able to finish baseline. And Coach Eddie wants to talk things over, rightfully so. That was way too weak on Castillo, so we'll step aside with 6:02 remaining here in the second. Baruch lead 20-13. So both teams break the huddle. 6:02 remaining here in the half. It's going to be Vicatos, Ramos, Craig, Lang, and Garcia for the Beavers. It's going to be Grant, Trainer, Castillo, McCray, Leung, and I think actually I got all 5 there. My apologies, as it'll be the Beavers in the front court, and they'll take too many steps, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, David, Coach K just needs the Lady Bearcats to just play in front of their man or their opponent. Nothing crazy on defense.
Leung has it up top. Vicatos out on her. Almost looks like they've switched over to a bit of a zone here, have the Beavers. A shot deep there from Trainer, no good, barely grazes iron, and Vicatos comes away with the rebound. Ramos right past Castillo into the front court. Circles back on the near side wing, almost stolen. Ball's moved around the perimeter. Now inside to Ramos. Ramos finds Garcia. Aaron pass, though, a little bit low, and Vicatos throws that one away. Actually, the pass to Vicatos gets thrown away, and it's Castillo now coming the other way for the Bearcats. Lays it in with the right hand.
That was led by a turnover.
Oh, nice steal there by Grant, as Leung now has it in the front court. Grant going to pull from the baseline. Shot no good. McCray able to get that rebound. Going to work against the smaller Craig, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. But, Joe, we've seen in the last few minutes, call it 2 or 3 minutes, Baruch really jump out. Now up by 9, have a chance to extend it to 11. Just a game of runs, but it's been very fortunate for the Bearcats.
And CCNY is just turning the ball over, which is helping to create offensive opportunities which they cannot defend. And once you get Castillo going, that just uplifts the whole team.
And she's been thriving a bit here in the second quarter. She now has 12 points, 7 boards, and throwing a couple of assists. As McCray off the right iron on the first free throw.
What CCNY is doing, David, is taking away the lane. So Grant and McCray really can't operate.
While some of the guards have been able to get going, though, Joe, since that's been happening from the Beavers' defensive perspective, as it'll be the Beavers trying to get the ball in with this full court press. It's going to be a jump ball with the arrow going to the Beavers, but Baruch really, and CCNY wants to talk things over with exactly 5 minutes remaining here in the second. Baruch lead by 10, 23-13. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So both teams break the huddle, and the Beavers really been struggling a bit with the Bearcats' full court press that we've seen from about midway into the first quarter.
As long as the Bearcats are active with their hands and their feet, they're going to cause a lot of turnovers.
So it's Ramos on the far side, puts it on the deck, gives it over to Mays. Mays looking for options, picks up her dribble maybe a little prematurely. Santana now on the near side. She'll pull a shot over Altamirano. Barely, ball doesn't touch anything, but it's Lang who comes away with the rebound. And they're going to say it went out of bounds, so it'll go back to the Bearcats. So Baruch get it into the front court here. Altamirano, errant pass, easily intercepted by the Beavers, trying to find Castillo in a sea of Beavers inside the lane.
Coach K can't be happy about that. That was just too much of a no intent in mind.
Ramos near side three. Ooh, hard foul there as Lang hits Leung underneath as Leung came away with that rebound. It was almost a reactionary foul as she was trying to grab the rebound herself.
Yeah, I think Grant was really upset at the missed shot, but Baruch certainly now has the upper hand here in this game, and they just need to do what they're doing well, and that's play a strong perimeter game.
And the guards have been able to get it going here in the second quarter, namely Mia Castillo, who has 12 of 23 for the Bearcats. So Castillo now has it on the far side. She's going to pull a three, and she knocks it down. First three of the game for Castillo. She's now 1 of 3 from downtown, but she's really seen her shooting improve. After starting out 2 of 7, she's now 6 of 12.
Yeah, City College simply has no answer for her.
And she's able to rip that one away from behind. Vicatos didn't see her coming up, and now nice find there. Castillo, oh, what a block there by Lang. Almost just took it away from Altamirano as she went up with it.
But what a pass by Castillo. That was Patrick Mahomes.
Well, one-arm side hook pass there from Castillo, and the foul on the other end is going to be on McCray as it's going to send Vicatos to the line to shoot 2.
Well, that was just a careless foul by Baruch. Again, City College is literally giving them the ball. So if they're a little patient, they'll get an unforced turnover.
Vicatos knocks down the first. Baruch going with Castillo, Leung, Altamirano, McCray, and Grant on the floor. And Vicatos knocks them both down. So good showing there from the line from Vicatos, and it'll be Leung to bring it up.
She can play. And if you don't guard her, she can, she could prove to be a little problem.
She leads the Beavers in scoring tonight with 6, and Castillo gets her pocket picked. Ball still loose on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to stay with the Beavers.
Yeah, Castillo really was ahead of herself and didn't realize that the defender was right there.
And that's actually correct. It's going to stay with the. Trying to see whose ball it is. It's going to be Okay, so it's going to be Baruch ball, excuse me, not Beavers ball, as the inbound comes outside to Trainer. Over to Leung now up top. Leung gives it to Castillo in the corner. She's going to pull another three. Way strong. I think it might have grazed iron. Either way, Lane comes away with it for the Beavers. Going to quickly push into the front court and try to avoid some of the press that the Bearcats have enacted here in the second. Now laying it inside, working against Grant. Her shot was way wild, but they're going to say that she was fouled. They're going to call it in the act of shooting.
Well, Grant was with her, but there seemed to be contact.
Yep, they're going to say it was on Grant. And now inbound into Lang. Ball swung around the perimeter into the hands of Santana. Gives it off to Vicatos. Ooh, almost a dangerous pass. McCray tried to pick that one off. Vicatos into the lane. Shot off back iron. No good. And the Beavers able to run that one down. Vicatos on the far side. Gives it inside to Lang. Working on Grant. A nice hook shot there by Lang.
Well, Lang she's got ability. They just haven't gone to her.
And that cuts the lead for the Bearcats back to single digits, 26-17. Ball swung around the perimeter, near side to Castillo. Castillo puts it on the deck. Nice handoff there, Grant inside. She's quickly doubled, though, Joe. We've seen it all night. Her pass trying to go to McCray. That was intercepted over only to the hands of Castillo. Out to Leung. Three, no good. McCray able to get the rebound. Ooh, I think her shot was altered there by Vicatos, who's able to come away with it.
Vicatos is a very good player, and Baruch can't let her get going.
Santana airballs that three, and it'll be Trainer who comes away with the rebound. Castillo going to quickly push and speed up the tempo here for the Bearcats. Find Leung on the far side. Leung shot, no good, a little too short. Still loose. Looking for options. Ball swung around the perimeter. Inside now to McCray. McCray working on Lang outside to Castillo on the far side elbow. Shot too strong. McCray on the offensive board. We're able to rip it away. Back out to Grant. Up top to Trainer. Trainer's going to pull a three. Her shot off front rim. Ball batted out to Leung and Baruch. Three extra possessions here in the offensive end, and now it's inside to Grant. Grant going to work in the post. She's fouled as she goes up with it, and she'll go to the line to shoot two.
One of the few times Grant was one-on-one down low to go to work.
That's her second, team's fifth. To the free throw line, Shantera Grant.
And a minute and 21 remaining. Baruch lead by 9. Grant at the line. Grant only 9 free throw attempts on the season.
That's because she really hasn't established herself, Dave. In conference play, when coach needs an inside-outside game, her and McCray really have to get going.
And a quick wipe down of the court from the official, and that'll be a Grant at the line. Grant getting her minutes tonight. Only played 6 minutes against York on Tuesday, so really having an opportunity to see some extended game time here in the first.
Yeah,
Shantera Grant.
Coach K needs to get some people their identity on how they can really be effective here in conference play. Castillo can do anything on the court, but other players need kind of to be shown how they can be effective.
So once again, the Bearcats press really affecting the Beavers here. They're going to take it side out from underneath their basket, but they only have 6 seconds to get it into the front court.
Well, some quick hands will get a turnover by the Lady Bearcats.
Correction, they're actually going to give it back to 10 seconds to get into the front court. 30 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to say that the Bearcats did gain possession as Vicatos gets that stripped. And that was an errant pass there from Ramos. I don't think you can really blame Vicatos for that. She kind of got put between a rock and a hard place, and it's Leung who comes away with the steal.
But the Bearcats were in a good place at the right time to get that turnover.
So coming in a minute left here in the half. Baruch lead 28-17. It's going to be Leung to walk things up for us.
Angela Baccarella in the game. Always good things happen when she gets into the game.
Leung going to look at the bench for the offense. Then instead, Grant gets it inside. She's quickly doubled, though. Shot good, though, so the double team to no avail. And Grant able to just, I think she got it up appropriately just before the double came.
And that's why she's a vital part of this attack. She's got to get going down low.
Craig, couple crossover shot blocked by Grant. Baccarella comes away with that rebound, and it's going to be a foul on the Beavers. It's going to go back to the Bearcats. The foul there is going to be on number 32, Ione Mays.
Wherever Baccarella is, good things happen.
And actually, that's going to put the Bearcats into the bonus. So Baccarella is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
What a big game here as conference play starts that the Bearcats really take away from today, having their supplementary players contribute.
And Baccarella off on the first, but Joe, good point. You know, you got Castillo going already. Who else is going to step up there to provide some needed scoring for the Bearcats?
Yeah, game by game, it's going to be, again, not only Castillo, but who's really come that night to contribute.
Ooh, and that's going to be steps as Ramos – it was almost like a Euro step, but you can't do that in the backcourt.
Now, the reason that was caused is because Castillo stepped in front of her, and that caused her to take the extra step. So Castillo, again, doing it on both ends of the court.
So now Leung has it in the front court. Gives it off to Baccarella here on the near side. Trying to force it into Castillo, and the Baruch, we've seen do that a few times here in the first half, really force it in to Castillo when she was cutting into the paint. And that three there from Paige Traynor is good on the far side.
Paige Traynor, your lock and load player from 3.
Garcia doubled, and she's able to get it into the front court to Vikatos, who goes right to the lane and able to finish off glass. Baruch into the final 7 seconds of the half. It's going to be Castillo to bring it into the front court. Gives it outside on the far side to Baccarella. Shot no good. Castillo gets her own rebound. Baccarella's rebound can hit, though, off front iron as we go to the half, where the Bearcats having a big lead. They led only by 2 after the first. It is 34-19. We'll step aside for halftime here at the Arc. Baruch lead 34-19. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And welcome back to the Arc Arena. Second half action between City College and the Bearcats, moments away as it'll be Encarnacion to walk things up. She's on the floor with Leon, Castillo, Grant, and McCray. It's Vicatos, Craig, Ramos, Lang, and Santana for the Beavers. And now ball swung, quickly moved in the offensive end for the Bearcats. Baseline jumper there, no good by Encarnacion. Lang comes away with the rebound and already seeing the tempo get pushed a little bit quicker here in the second half.
Well, Lang is a good player, as we saw in bits of the first half. And Baruch just has to learn how to play with the lead, especially at home.
So nice tie up there by Castillo, and it's going to stay with the Beavers underneath. Beavers going to be left to right here in the second, wearing their black road kits. Shot there, I think it was deflected by Castillo, and Leung able to come away with the rebound. Quickly go right to left into the front court. Bounce pass to Castillo on the baseline. Castillo looking for options. That's stripped, though, by Santana, and she can't hold on to it, though, so the Bearcats catch a break, and it'll stay with Baruch. And just like that, Coach Katrozos wants to talk things over. 45 seconds here in the second half. So it'll be Castillo to inbound for the Bearcats as they bring it in underneath their own basket. Right inside to Grant. She's fouled as she goes up with a shot, no good. But she'll go to the line to shoot two. I think they're going to call, it's going to be Ramos on the foul. That's her second.
Again, the emergence of Grant as a post threat for the Lady Bearcats is huge, Dave. And it's going to really bode well as conference play continues.
And Grant knocks down the first.
Something that the Lady Bearcats have not had the last few years.
And make it 2 of 2 from the line. So a successful trip to the charity stripe for Shantera Grant, as now Craig trying to get it into the front court. Ooh, dangerous play there. Picked up her dribble, gets it up to Vicatos, though, who goes right into the lane. High shot, no good off right rim. Ball still loose. Vicatos able to come away with it. Nope, gets batted around, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last off the Beavers, so it'll be it'll be Castillo to inbound right in front of us here courtside.
It must be frustrating for Vicatos because she's a really good player, but she hasn't gotten going in this game.
Now it's Encarnacion on the far side, back on the near side to Leung. McCray calling for it in the paint. Entry pass knocked away by Santana, who's able to come away with it, gives it up to Craig, and she'll quickly push into the front court.
Yeah, the McCray has just been bottled up all game, but she makes a great defensive play there.
Encarnacion goes coast to coast and gets her shot blocked from behind from Vicatos, so that'll stay the same way, but a good defensive play there from the fresh 5'10" freshman from Little Neck, New York.
It's good to see Encarnacion try and add to the attack.
She went straight ahead to the basket as Leung able to get that inbound shot too strong, though, and Lang able to come away with it. Castillo's able to easily take that away as Lang hits the deck. Castillo going to push now. A little bit of a Euro step. Floater in the lane is good.
Well, she's the one that got this momentum started, and if she goes off again, start up the bus, CCNY, or let's go to the 6 train.
Castillo led all scorers in the first half with 12. Excuse me, 15, my apologies. And that's going to be out of bounds from the Beavers, and it's going to be a timeout for Coach Eddie with a little more than 2 minutes gone. He played in the second half. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So early here in the second half, Baruch doubling up City College right now, 38-19. It'll be Baruch's basketball, and City College look like they're setting up in some sort of either full court press or trap here to try to force some turnovers from the Bearcats.
Well, the Bearcats just have to push the ball, as Castillo just did. No reason to stop your dribble.
And a turnover there from the Bearcats. You can see the frustration there from Encarnacion. And the Beavers going to have to deal with this press as now Ramos able to get into the front court. Goes off her foot, though, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Looks like Ramos might play on the CCNY soccer team.
And Baruch fortunate, I think Coach Eddie wanted to set up in the trap, but the Beavers just lackadaisical there on the defensive end.
Now, David, what a great play. McCray positioned herself right in the block, freed herself, and she got the ball. And that's what she's going to have to do, is free herself. And, again, it was a single team, not a double team.
And Ling now the leading scorer for the Beavers in some foul trouble, as that's already her third on the evening, and they're going to keep her in as they need the baskets that Ling can provide on the offensive end.
Here's a good time for Grant and McCray to really get used to their identity down low.
McCray goes one-on-one from the line. Long rebound, ball still loose. And it's going to be a jump ball, so it's going to stay right here underneath the basket. It'll be back to Baruch. And a nice hustle play there by, I believe it was Grant, to rip it away.
Yeah, no, McCray ripped it away, but she made up for her missed foul shot. So
they're going to call a jump ball again, and now it's going to go back to the Beavers. Almost a dangerous play there, and it looks like, as Grant almost looked like she fell forward onto it. Got to be careful for the health of the players there, but a nice hustle play there from Grant.
Yeah, she's got something on her left knee already.
And the Beavers going to turn it back over to the Bearcats on the far side. And just some sloppy play here from the Beavers coming out of the break, as they've yet to find a basket here in the second half.
Well, the sloppy play, David, is actually causing Baruch to play sloppy. It's kind of like when you catch a cold.
Ooh, nice play there by, I think that was Baccarella on the far side to keep it in bounds. This time it's Encarnacion on the near side to keep it in bounds. Nice hustle play there by Baccarella. About a half step too late, and it's going to go back to the Beavers. But, Joe, a sloppy possession there from the Bearcats. And you just feel like City College still in this one here in the third quarter.
Yeah, because I think if the Bearcats play a really good team, then they'll play good. When you're playing a sloppy team, I think you start to play sloppy.
Which is a dangerous mindset here, Joe, especially as you get into CUNY play, because
yeah,
you don't want to play down to or up to the competition in
exactly.
those scenarios. Because if there's a game where you have to play up and your game's not there that night, you're really playing from a disadvantage.
Right. That's why that you have to really have strong-minded players that have a short memory and just come to play, every night the same way.
And to that point, Joe, maybe a bit of a lack of a veteran leadership on this Bearcat team. You're talking about no upperclassmen on the team. They're led by 7 sophomores, and they have 3 freshmen as well. So it's not like last year where you had a few different upperclassmen on the team, namely Melinda Spayu, to really, address needs in the locker room.
David, you couldn't be more right. Leadership is everything because it rights the ship when you're up or down.
We have yet to see Baruch settle down here. Dangerous play there by Lang. Able to keep the pivot, though, and ball swung around the perimeter there. Up top to Ramos, now onto the near side to Vicatos. Santana going to pull on the baseline, hits side of the basket, and it's going to go out of bounds and back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, I think in sports terms, they call this a trap game, that if you're not careful, you might lose to a lesser opponent. So, again, Baruch has to really learn from this game and, not get into bad habits.
And Castillo, a little step-back jumper from the baseline, too strong. A couple players hit the deck there, and it's going to – waiting for the call from the official. It's going to go back to – nope, it's going to stay with the Bearcats. I didn't see any call there, so I was curious about which way the ball was going, but it'll stay with Baruch.
Yeah, it's hard to officiate a game when there's just a lot of movement going on.
So now Leung has it, looking for options. Ball swung inside, back outside on the far side. Baccarella has it, looking for options, gives it up to Trainer. Ball swung around the perimeter to Leung. Ooh, she had the shot. Instead, she'll put it on the deck. One dribble back up top to Trainer. Trainer going to pull a straight on three off front iron. No good. Ooh, that might have went off the head of Craig, and it's going to be Mays who comes away with it for City College. Far side to Lang. Lang looking for options, has Ramos up top. Ball swung around the outside, back up to Ramos. Inside to Lang. Lang's going to pull a free throw line jumper. No good. It's going to go over the back, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
David, Coach K is going to have a hard time taking away from this game because his team really hasn't played well yet. They have a sizable lead. And how do you get them ready for the next game?
And those games are going to come fast and quick. After this, they play on Wednesday against Brooklyn College, again on the 14th against Medgar Evers, and continue on 2 to 3 games a week until the middle of February when the season ends. As the shot there, no good. But McCray able to get the rebound and put it back in. Nice play there by DeAndre McCray.
But good to see Baccarella go to basket.
And just like that, Baccarella gets the steal in the full court press. As now Altamirano going baseline shot, no good. They're going to call a blocking foul against Ramos, and that'll send Altamirano to the line to shoot 2.
Good to see players other than Castillo going to the basket trying to get in the scoring column. It's going to need a big, roster of players for Coach K in conference play. We know what Castillo can do, but what can the other players do?
And tonight we're seeing Grant step up as she has 8 points
We
on
know
the evening, as she has 8 points and 4 boards.
We know McCray's going to step up. We know Elisa's going to step up. But Baccarella and Page, them stepping up would be great. And Carcion, too.
A lot of minutes to go around here for the Bearcats tonight, as it'll be Ramos into the front court, gives it to Vikatos. Up top to Craig. Trainer out on her, looking for options. It's into the hands of Vikatos. Ooh, that ball might have been stripped by Leung. However, Vikatos able to run it down. Now inside to Lang. Lang going to work and able to finish against McCray off glass.
Yeah, I don't know why she hasn't tried to do more work tonight to help her CCNY teammates.
Dangerous pass there by Trainer, able to get into the front court. Altamirano able to knock down a right wing 2 deep, just inside the 3-point line.
But that was a good look from Baccarella.
And now Craig has the Trainer out on her. Santana posting up inside. Altamirano closes that off, gives it up to Ramos. She'll dribble to the top of the key, gives it off to Vikatos. Vikatos going right into the lane. High arcing shot, no good. McCray comes away with the rebound. Up to Leung. Leung's going to push. Has a couple options. Finds Baccarella cutting to the basket. Shot a little too strong, no good. Altamirano back out. Quick fire, able to knock that one down from the left baseline.
Great pass from Baccarella to a cutting teammate.
Now Ramos brings it to the front court. Ooh, Vikatos able to snatch that one away. Baccarella was going for another steal there. Now laying at the free throw line. Jab step into the lane, kicks it back outside. Near side, Ramos, shot too short, no good. Altamirano comes away with the rebound. Leung looks to push again. Crossover move, no. Oh, Ramos almost came away with that steal. I think Leung got pretty fortunate. Now into the lane, back outside to Altamirano, inside to McCray. McCray going to go with the hook shot, right-handed, a little short, no good. And Santana comes away with the rebound for the Beavers.
Good post move by McCray. It just didn't fall, she didn't follow through, but that's what she needs to do going forward.
Vikatos now on the near side. Ooh, entry pass. A little overzealous. They're going to say it was on McCray. As the entry pass went into Lang, McCray just got a little too aggressive, and that's going to be McCray's second. So it'll be Castillo and Mitchell to check into the game as McCray and Leung come to the bench.
We keep saying it that CCNY does have players who can put the ball in the basket, but they just, it doesn't happen.
And CCN Baruch been really impressive on the defensive end so far here in the second half. City College only has 2 points coming in on 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the quarter.
And that was by Lang, who is their offensive threat.
So it'll be a turnover from City College, and it'll be Baruch's ball, and Castillo quickly going to push. Going to go try to go past Vicatos. Double, triple team comes. Altamirano gets it, puts it on the deck. Back inside to Castillo, is able to lay it in. Nice find there by Altamirano.
That was great. She kept her eyes on Castillo the whole time. And great pass, great catch.
And after Castillo, kicked it out there, the defense just left her, able to leave her open inside as Baruch able to come away with this here on the offensive end. Up top to Trainer. Trainer now on the baseline. One dribble, going to pull the shot. Too strong, no good. I think Trainer wanted it a little sooner as Baccarella gave it an extra dribble or two as she brought it up the floor.
Well, Trainer's got to knock down. She's a three-point threat. She's got to knock them down to open up the offense.
And now Ramos has it on the near side, trying to give it inside to Vicatos. Pass overthrown, and Altamirano comes away with it. She quickly gives it back to Ramos, though, of the Beavers. Ramos into the lane, can't finish, a little too strong on the layup. And they're going to say the foul was on the floor there. It's going to be at number 2, Baccarella. That's going to be her first on the evening.
Coach K is going to have to really let his team watch this tape so they don't make these mistakes against better teams. They're making mistakes against lesser teams tonight, and it's got to end tonight.
You mentioned earlier, Joe, kind of playing down to the CCNY. This effort, I don't think would be good enough against most of the CUNYAC.
Absolutely, David.
But of course, you will definitely take opportunity to win, and every game is a learning lesson. Some just have more than others, but Baruch have looked better here in the second half. As Castillo going coast to coast, her shot either was blocked or a little too short. They're going to say it was a jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Beavers with 1:18 remaining here in the third. Don't forget to stay tuned. After this game, we have the second game of your doubleheader between City College and Baruch, as the men will play roughly 30 minutes after the close of this one. So definitely stay tuned and tune into YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting to see the second game of our doubleheader.
David, that's why it's really important that your non-conference schedule challenges you, even if you don't come away with a W, but it gets you ready for conference play when you play good teams out of your conference.
Now laying outside to Mays. Garcia has it. She puts it on the floor. She's going to pull up from the free throw line off right rim. No good. Baccarella able to come away with the rebound, and she's going to push. Garcia trying to catch up to her and create a turnover, and a little overzealous was Garcia, and that was the foul on Baccarella. It's only going to be the team's 4th, so that'll be the last before Baruch are in the bonus with 53 seconds remaining here in the third.
Can't say enough about Baccarella. She just does a little of everything on the court.
And Douglas now on Castillo, gives it over to Baccarella. Ball swung around the perimeter. Trainer going to pull a corner 3, left wide open. It's going to be Mitchell who couldn't corral the rebound, and it's going to go back to the Beavers.
Like to see Paige get into a rhythm. She's such a vital part of this offense from the perimeter, but she just can't get it to go down yet.
So Garcia will bring it into the front court. And to your point there, Joe, Trainer only has 3 points on 1 of 6 from downtown so far on the evening. Is Mitchell able to come away with that steal? It might have been Trainer who actually got a hand on it. Baruch can hold for the final shot, but Castillo's looking to push. Castillo right into the lane. Altamirano on the baseline. Quick to pull. Around and out, no good. And it'll be Lang who comes away with the rebound. 9 seconds left on the game clock. Trying to split the defender. She hits the deck. Garcia has it, and it's going to be a jump ball there between Mitchell and Garcia, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats with 4.4 seconds remaining here in the third. Baruch can get the final shot. It'll be Trainer to inbound right in front of us here. Castillo, 2 seconds remaining. She's going to have to pull. It's going to be Baccarella who actually gets it off. Shot no good off back rim. Nice play there by Castillo to find Baccarella, but to no avail. But Baruch taking a monster lead into the third. They led by 15 at half. They lead by 30 going into the fourth. We'll step aside and be right back with more fourth quarter action. So both teams break the huddle as we enter the fourth. Baruch lead 51-21. Impressive showing by the Baruch defense in the third, only letting City College score one basket as they only have 21 points through 3 quarters here at the Arc.
What the Lady Bearcats should do in the fourth quarter is just think ahead, not to this game, but ahead. Try and not take bad shots and just get into good habits.
And just like that, the Beavers turn things over, and we'll see what the Bearcats can do here on the offensive end. To your point, Joe, trying to set up the offense, maybe run some set pieces here to see, essentially a bit of a scrimmage here and try some stuff out here in the fourth.
Well, Mitchell adds to the attack, and that's a good thing. So, again, let this fourth quarter be really an extension into the next game of really playing well.
Vicatos now has it up top, and Baccarella all over her. Kicks it outside to Ramos. She has to deal with Castillo, so she gives it back to Vicatos. Vicatos gets that knocked away by Altamirano, but now back to the hands of Vicatos. Beavers luckily have the ball there as Vicatos' shot. No good. They're going to say the ball never touched the iron, so it's going to be a shot clock violation. And it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
If the Lady Bearcats keep their hands moving, they'll get the ball anytime they want.
They've been all over the place defensively, holding City College so far in the ball game. It's only 17% from the field, 11% from downtown. As cross-court pass finds Mitchell on the baseline, and it's going to stay with the Bearcats as a bit of an errant pass there. Mitchell luckily to corral it, and I think Baruch fortunate to still have the ball.
Yeah, that was a cross-court pass, which is sometimes problematic. Again, the lesson here, make good passes that your teammate can do something with the ball.
That was a nice find by Castillo, but put Trainer maybe in a bit of an awkward position there underneath the basket as she had to bring the ball up from below her knees to try to get that basket.
Castillo's an excellent passer. Great vision and puts the ball where a teammate can really do something.
So now Mitchell has it on the far side. She'll put it on the deck. Looking for options. She's quickly double-teamed on the baseline in a dangerous spot, though. They're going to say it was a jump ball, so it's going to stay with the Bearcats.
Yeah, once she stopped to dribble, she just, got more people to come on her.
So Castillo looking for options, finds Mitchell on the far side. Mitchell a little bit of, Castillo a step-through move, but her shot was too strong, and it's going to be Santana who came away with it for City College. Ball swung around the perimeter of the offensive end for City College. Getting a little sticky here as Ramos shot no good, too short, and it's going to be Trainer who comes away with the rebound, and Castillo quickly to push right to left. She's going to go to coast, step back out, gives it over to Trainer. Deep two from the right wing, and that hits nothing but the bottom of the net from Paige Trainer.
Well, we've been waiting all game for Trainer to connect.
She's able to knock that one down. Baruch shooting only 30% from the field, but that's been enough so far tonight. Now Ramos has it on the near side. The ball sticking a little bit as Lang able to get it underneath. Shot no good there, but Baccarella comes away with the rebound, and Baruch looking to push up to Castillo now into the front court. Over to Altamirano on the baseline. One dribble, back out to Castillo, who has to corral that pass. Ramos all over her. Castillo going to go past Ramos right into the lane. Past Lang, and she'll get fouled as she was going up with it, so she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Well, Castillo, again, when she asserted herself, this game changed, David.
Don't forget to tune in for our next broadcast after tonight. We'll be at home Saturday, January 14th. It's going to be Alumni Day here at the Arc Arena as Baruch will host Medgar Evers for a doubleheader. At 12 p.m. it'll be the women's game, and at 4 p.m. it will be the men's game. In the middle, it'll be the alumni game, which will not be aired, but definitely if you're near Baruch or on campus, definitely stop by, as that's always one of the best days on the calendar.
Yeah, alumni brings out the best in the tradition of Baruch sports. Big day. Everybody gets to see each other.
As the three there from Lang, no good off front rim, and Mitchell able to run it down. And Joe, the wild thing about alumni game day is, and I guess we've been doing this for long enough, that now I'm even starting to see players that I've commentating on now playing in alumni day. So for me, definitely an odd experience.
And how about they bring their families? some of these guys have 2, 3 kids and are out there making society better.
Yep.
And, again, great guys, loyal to every. And thanks to Coach Ray Rankins, may rest in peace, created that great basketball tradition. Now, we hope to get other athletes to come too.
Yeah, definitely feel free. Any athlete, come on down. It's Alumni Day. I'm sure they'll even let you play. I don't think they care if you were on the basketball team or not. Joe's actually going to be coaching this year, so if they won't let you play, Joe will have you on his team.
Yeah. I'm going for my 4th win, which I don't know if they keep records of it, but, it's among us.
One would have to assume that's a alumni game record.
Yeah.
Even if it's not, we could just start spreading.
David, I lost my first game because I didn't have Chima on my team. Chima, one of the leading scorers in the history of Baruch basketball. I couldn't get him on my team, but then he vowed to be on my team every year.
And how's that worked out for you?
Another win, yep. Another win.
As Altamirano off on the first.
Chima's the LeBron James of Baruch.
Yeah, and we commented his whole career here. He actually went to Baruch at the same time I went to Baruch. Graduated in 2016 now. I think he was a class or 2 behind me. But I remember always great. He was on our radio show as well for WBMB when we wanted him to. So he was always a good guy. Yeah.
A better person than a player, but great person and player.
Yep. As the ball sticking a little on the offensive end here for the Beavers up top to Ramos. Almost turns that over. Ooh. And they're going to say Encarnacion a little overzealous trying to get that steal as it'll stay with the Beavers right in front of us.
Another thing, Medgar Evers is a very interesting opponent. Coach Brian Nigro has a history of beating a lot of teams when you least expect it. So be a great game as well as the alumni game.
And that's going to be a timeout for City College with 5:57 remaining. Baruch lead 56-21. We'll step aside and be right back with more fourth quarter action. So it'll be City College to inbound right in front of their own bench. Picato's looking for options. Gets it in. Dangerous pass almost into the backcourt. A nice D there by Mitchell. She is all over Mays. It's Mitchell, Leung, McCray, Encarnacion, and Grant for the Bearcats.
Baruch Nation, Mitchell can really play. I hope that Coach K gives her a lot of playing time.
They're going to say the foul. Oh, no, they're going to say it was too many steps. I thought that was a good play there by Mays to get Mitchell in the air, but they're going to say that she moved that pivot foot, so it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Well, Mitchell was playing swarming defense. I hope she didn't get called for a foul on that one.
There's now Mitchell on the far side. Going to take one dribble, put it up. Ooh, off both sides of the rim. No good, and it's going to be Ramos who comes away with it. She stripped from behind from Leung, and I think Ramos may have gotten away with that one there as now Leung inside to Grant. Grant going to work and able to finish. And one, Shantera Grant.
Well, Dave, that was a great pass, great catch, and a great finish. That's a highlight.
Big play there by Grant. That should get her into double figures tonight as she now has 10 going for 11 at the line here.
And she did it in traffic.
Can't finish there, but McCray, nope. It's going to be Mitchell who comes away with that rebound off with up with the left hand. No good. Vicatos comes away with it for City College.
Mitchell's doing a little of everything in her playing time.
So it's Ramos around the perimeter over to Mays on the far side. Mays looking for options. Gives it off to Vikatos up top. Santana on the far side swaps with Vikatos. Gives over to Mays. Mays head down into the basket. She takes too many steps, and it's going to go back to Baruch.
Well, she was in a maze on that one.
And now Leung to walk things up.
Well, in the final 4 minutes, Baruch just should really cut down on errors, take their time. They have a sizable lead, but just get rid of these bad habits.
And now Grant going to work inside the Craig. Nice step through move, and she's able to finish off the glass.
Well, the last 4 minutes is going to be a highlight reel of Grant.
She now has 12 points, 4 boards, and that was a mismatch, Joe. You had Grant working inside against Craig for City College.
But Grant was patient to kind of get her opening.
So now Vikatos right into the lane. Wild shot, though, with the right hand. No good. It's going to be McCray who comes away with the rebound. Dangerous pass there to Mitchell. Nice tie-up by Craig. And it's going to go back to City College.
Coach K in practice is going to have to get them really to protect the ball, make good passes. Again, we're playing a lesser team, but against a good team, you'll just get into deep trouble.
Dangerous entry pass into Lang. Leung almost picked that one off. Vikatos has it on the near side, gives it off to Ramos on the elbow. Her shot a little too strong, off back iron, and it's going to be McCray who comes away with the rebound, and Encarnacion can walk things up. And we're a little under 4 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Baruch have a commanding lead and just looking to see this one out. And McCray, wild shot there, way short. Excuse me, that was Mitchell on the near side, and it'll be the Beavers to bring it up.
I'd like to see Mitchell go to the basket.
And it'll be Garcia. Her shot, her dribble almost poked away, excuse me. As now a nice bounce pass underneath. Santana can't finish, so that was a good find by Vikatos. Santana able to run that one down. Ramos has it on the near side. Ball swung to Lang straight away. Shot off right rim, no good. Might actually been off the backboard, and it'll be Encarnacion to bring things up into the front court.
City College playing like there's a backboard with no rim.
Now Encarnacion into McCray on the elbow, on the top of the key. Gives it outside to Leung on the far side. Shot no good. Ramos able to come away with the rebound.
Baruch with a sizable lead, and Leung really hasn't contributed. How about that if you would have looked at the scoreboard?
Shot there by Lang, a little too strong, and Leung, yeah. Not doing it on the with points, but doing it with 4 assists, 7 rebounds, and throwing 3 steals. She's contributed on both ends. Maybe not necessarily putting the ball in the basket, but been a factor out there for the Bearcats.
Well, the great part about her, like Beccarella, she's a complete player. She doesn't do one thing, she does another thing, and you can't have enough of those players.
And Grant's really assisted on the scoring, assisted Castillo with the scoring tonight, as Grant has had a solid fourth quarter, but has 12 points on the evening. Ooh, nice find there, as Vikatos able to get that one to go.
Well, Grant's a key player for this team. There's no doubt about it. She's only going to get better once she gets comfortable in what she wants to do.
And I don't have it in front of me, Joe, but if the result stands and Baruch holds City College only 4 second-half points, that has to be a women's basketball record for best half.
Absolutely.
Defensive half for the Bearcats, as Grant knocks that one down.
How about Grant going on the outside?
Stepping out and able to drain the bucket, leaving the hand up there for an extra moment, as a nice stroke there from Grant, as now Vikatos has it on the near side. 1.5 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Aaron pass there. Santana a little lackadaisical, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
But then again, you can't get too high on what you just told me about giving up only those 4 points, because Baruch could have done a lot more out here today. They made a lot of errors, but they, made up for them.
And just like that, turning it over as Garcia able to come left to right. Nice chase down play by McCray, but I think they're going to say, they're going to call a foul on McCray. I thought it was actually a blocking foul on Encarnacion. Either way, it's going to stay with the Beavers.
I'm not sure what the referee saw there.
The Beavers looking for inbound options right underneath. They're going to say it was a jump ball, so the possession now is going to go back to the Bearcats. So now Encarnacion has it, gives it inside to McCray, quickly outside to Grant. Grant feeling it. Maybe not that time, though. Shot way short. Ball still loose on the deck. Wow. Good hustle play there by Mitchell on the near side, maybe trying to earn a few extra minutes. With that said, though, Joe, maybe with a minute left in a 39-point game, you maybe are not looking to hit the deck.
Yeah, it's hard to take away anything from this game, David. It's a strange game because Baruch is going to come away feeling good about this win, but, and we underline but,
so Lang now has it up top. Garcia into the lane, high arcing shot, no good off back rim. Leung able to come away with the rebound. Potentially Baruch's last possession of the ball game as Leung will circle things back. 35 seconds remaining here in the game. Encarnacion inside to McCray. McCray can turn, bounce pass into Grant. Outside to Leung. Leung put one dribble, pulls up, and she's able to knock that one down.
It's good to see Leung getting the column because she's done everything else.
So just a second and a half added to the clock here, and City College will walk things up. So this should do it for the ball game, though. Baruch 66, City College 23. This was the first game of our doubleheader, though, so stick around. In about 25 minutes after the ball game, the men's game will start as a three there. No good by Douglas, rebounded by McCray, and that will do it here at the Arc Arena for the first game of our doubleheader. Baruch 66, City College 23. We will step aside for the break between the two games, but don't forget to come back at 7:30 for second game tip-off of the men's game between the Beavers and the Bearcats. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.